coffee table workshop. So lately I've been doing some live streaming with this thing called Blast Radio, and I want to share a tip that I've learned with Reaper that's really helped me with my improvisation. So what I'm doing is I'm streaming to this Blast Radio VST, but instead of having that as part of my master track, I've created a dedicated track that I'm sending all of my instrument tracks to, but I'm selectively unmuting and muting them for the stream. So the way that that works in practice is I'll have like a loop going with just kind of the basics, and I'll start that stream, and then on a muted track that's sending to the streaming track, I'll improvise on that and I'll create like a melody that I like or a chord progression that I like, and then once I think it's pretty polished or like ready for the stream, then I'll unmute it as like part of the loop. So what the audience is hearing is basically just sort of what I think sounds perfect. So anyway, here's a demo. Okay, so here's my Reaper project. It's all pretty normal. So what I want to show you is this 2 blast track right here. So this is where I have the VST, which would start the blast broadcast. When that's running, it's basically sending whatever audio that track is getting to the blast stream. So what I have for sends over here, you can see I've got my drums, bass, chords, and ESQ1 all going to that track. And then by toggling these mute buttons, I can turn them on or off. I've also set up keyboard shortcuts. So, let's see, mute. Yeah, so Control-Shift-1 through 8 will toggle sending the mute to that track. So if I have it selected, then I can do like Control-Shift-4, and then that will turn off the ESQ1. So I guess I'll show a demo of that now. Okay, so I set up my Blast to be in sound check, so let's start that. So now it's live streaming. So whatever is in this 2 blast track is going to go to that. For illustration, I'll pull up this this window with like the sends. So I'll play this. So right now everything is going to blast. As an example, I have this string part coming up. This is like one that I worked on as like the improv earlier. So I'll let it get to it. Alright, so it's playing. Now I'll mute it. So you can still hear it because it's all going to the monitor. So that's what I'm trying to say, is like I'm able to listen to it as it's going, but it's not actually going to be on blast right now. And now I'll turn it back on. Now it will be going back to blast. Okay, now let's hear what it sounds like in Blast Radio. So this is what would have been streaming to my audience, so let's play it. I'm going to skip ahead a bit. Okay. So really, just listen for the string part. Oh, skip ahead a little more. Oh, too far. So remember, on the monitor we heard the whole phrase on the string part. See how it cut out? That's when we muted it in Reaper. And that's when we turned it back on. See, isn't that kind of cool? Yeah, so I usually use the hotkeys while the 2 blast track is selected, and I'll just be recording like on the ESQ1 for instance. I'll record it and then I'll mute and unmute it with like the hotkeys as I see fit. Like when I have something I like, then I'll unmute it. One thing that I wish was better was having like visual feedback on that, so knowing whether or not the tracks are getting sent to blast. Because really you just have to open this window and then like you'd see. So if I have, oops, Yeah, so right now you can't even see it, but if I do the Control-Shift-4, and then I bring it back up, then you see it's muted, and then if I do it again, or I see you even have to like select it again, so Control-Shift-4, and then you bring it back, and then it's unselected. So having some sort of visual feedback would be nice. One way I could think of to get around that would be if I had dedicated tracks for each of these that were just doing the send to like a blast like master track, and then you'd be able to see like the mute states like on those tracks, but these ones would be the audio. It'd be like new ones like down here. um, but I feel like that would just be kind of cluttered. I don't really like that solution. So yeah, if anyone knows a better solution than that, definitely let me know. Yeah, so what the power of this is it lets you try new things during the live stream without worrying about how they sound the first time. And that kind of frees you to be more experimental and try new things without worrying about them sounding perfect the first time. And then when you do come up with something cool, then you can share it to the rest of the stream. So I think it's a really good technique if you want to practice improvisation or live playing. Helps you build confidence and shows you what works and what doesn't. So anyway, thanks for watching and keep making cool stuff. Bye.